200 years ago, in a small French village, Anthony Basil Moreau grew up in a time and place where revolution was in the air. Division, distrust, disease, and despair were commonplace, and Christianity was under attack. In the midst of this difficult time, he yearned to live in a world characterized by peace and solidarity. Anchored by his faith in the Prince of Peace and sustained by the hopeful symbol of Christ's cross, Basil Moreau dreamt to build an association of men and women whose purpose was to make God known, loved, and served, and whose motto would become Ave Crux Spes Unica, Hail the Cross, our only hope. Choosing the Holy Family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph as his model, the Congregation of Holy Cross was born. From its inception in 1837, Moreau, along with all members of the newly formed congregation, which included priests, brothers, and sisters, joined together in one communal response to fulfill its mission to move, change, and sanctify the world.
Well, Father Moreau wrote a wonderful document, educational document called Christian Education. He wrote it when he was starting the school in Le Mans. In it, he described what a good Catholic Holy Cross educator would be. And I've often thought it would be so wonderful to have had that document available when I was beginning to learn how to be a high school teacher, because he talks about dealing with children, with the advantaged, the disadvantaged, with what we today call the preferential option for the poor, how to deal with colleagues and parents, neighbors. It's just a marvelous document, and anybody who's interested in knowing where the Catholic Holy Cross educational charism comes from, just read Christian Education.
The characteristics that I would use to describe our founder, Blessed Basil Moreau: certainly a man of faith, which is obvious, a man of God who had a deep belief and trust in God. And from that, his sense of mission and ministry and compassion and care flow from his experience of God. One of the things that perhaps we don't give a lot of attention to is that his formation, his seminary formation, was by the Jesuits. So for him, the spiritual exercises were a very real experience of God and a real experience of what it meant to be a follower of Christ. And then he himself would preach the spiritual exercises to the brothers and the sisters during their retreats. And in doing that, when you preach the spiritual exercises, you are living alongside Jesus. You are accompanying him in a way that is real, very real. It's not make-believe, it's not just spiritual, it is a real experience of accompaniment. And from that experience, I believe, he was inspired to found Holy Cross.
Within a few short years of founding Holy Cross, Moreau sent his priests, brothers, and sisters from France to many destinations around the world. These original Holy Cross men and women saw their various ministries as a living prayer. Their ministry was a loving work of resurrection amongst all who came to them, especially the poor and marginalized. With missionary zeal and faithful determination, Moreau and those early members of the Congregation of Holy Cross put their faith into action. A principal forum to fashion Basil Moreau's dream into a reality was through the administration of schools. He believed that Jesus Christ and his example should always remain at the center of all of the congregation's educational ministries. As Moreau said, education is the art of helping young people to completeness. For the Christian, this means education is helping a young person to be more like Christ, the model of all Christians. To prepare citizens for both society and heaven, Holy Cross schools have always championed a wide range of human learning that provides students with opportunities to reason independently and think creatively to achieve success commensurate with ability and effort. Holy Cross schools couple this commitment to academic excellence with a call to Christian discipleship that encourages each person to pick up their cross as fellow travelers on the way to Christ's kingdom.